Hello folks, this is Jamil Sir for Gunstock Reviews. We're here in Phoenix, Arizona at the first ever Sig Freedom Days with Tom Taylor. How you doing, Tom?
Good. How you doing? It's good to see you.
Yeah, well, it's great to be seen. I'd rather be seen than viewed, okay?
Absolutely.
Tom, I got so many questions for you. First of all, explain Sig Freedom Days.
Yeah, so, throughout COVID, we started just thinking through like our whole process of how to engage consumers and, what does this look like, events, trade shows, and all these things. And somewhere along the way, we said, what we really love to do at SIG is we love to touch consumers. We trust our products, we like our products, and we feel like if we can get guns in people's hands and if we can expose people to our staff with our team or our SIG Academy instructors who are all up and down the line here, we love that process of being able to engage with consumers. And we're a company that we don't care how much you know about our company because we love people knowing how much care and how much thought process we put into whether it's building guns or putting on events like this and just letting people experience our products and our brand.
Oh, that's great, because you're going to see a lot of people here today, and today is Friday, day one, and there's a ton of people here. There was a ton of people in line out there this morning.
Yeah, we were overwhelmed this morning. The crowd was much larger than we anticipated, and we thought it was going to be fairly big. And tomorrow's Saturday, so we're changing a few things to try to get people through and registered faster. But yeah, it's overwhelming the way people have responded. It's when we started to sign up for this. We have people here from 46 states and Puerto Rico, which blew us away that we thought this would be a regional event, and yet people flew in from all over the country to come spend the weekend with us.
Tell me, what can people expect to see here at Sig Freedom Days?
So like I said, when we wanted to have this, we wanted to have people be able to come here and touch our guns and experience our people. So when you come here, and this has been Avery Shooting Complex here in Phoenix, massive facility. I think our event covers 2 million square feet of land, and that's only about a third of the facility. So we're pretty spread out here. But on the line that we're on right now, we have 38 shooting bays, and pretty much every gun that we make is on the line, from the cross rifle all the way to the P322. On the far end of the range here, we have the new NGSW machine gun that people could buy chances to shoot it, and we've got demos with our military team here. You can see behind us here, twice a day, Team SIG comes out and does a demo, and here in about 20 minutes, they're going to be shooting with Jerry Michalik. So people that come here are going to get to see 3 of the best shooters in the world on Team SIG, plus Lena's dad, Jerry Michalik, and then across the way behind us over here, we have crossbows from Expedition Outdoors. We have shotguns from Mossberg. We have about 30 sponsors here in a sponsor zone, and these are all people that are not just paying to be here, but they're people that we work very closely with, partnerships, and people like Black Rifle Coffee Company and USCCA and a lot of brands that people are very familiar with, and so a big food court, any kind of food you can imagine. So it's just it's a carnival for people that love to shoot guns and people that love SIG. So basically you pay your admission fee and you get a bracelet like you have on there, and you can go and up and down, and they scan your bracelet and you get to shoot a number of bays. And if you want to shoot more, you can go add some to it. So yeah, it's just a really fun day for people to come out and experience shooting, or pros. We have a stage over here. We have a number of celebrities and notables, Team SIG and so forth, doing presentations. And so if you want to engage with shooting guns, watching demonstrations, hearing educational things, all those kind of things are here for about 5,000 of our closest friends throughout the weekend.
That's awesome, Tom. Now, what's the future for Sig Freedom Days? Are these going to happen more often, or? So
that's a great question. This really was a little bit of a test. We wanted to kind of see, first of all, would people come, and I think they answered that question pretty loudly. Having people come from literally 46 different states tells us that there's a lot of interest in this thing. So, once we're done with the weekend, we'll take a deep breath and thaw out from all the after being in the sun all week, and say, is this something we really like? And so what we'd like to do is take that and spread out the concept to maybe other markets, and regionally have one in the Northeast, maybe SIG Academy, one in the West, one here in Phoenix, one in Texas, and maybe Florida or different places around the country we go find. And it takes obviously a fairly significant range facility or shooting complex to be able to do this sort of thing. It takes a lot of space. You can see the size of the food tents and stages, and so it takes a lot of geography. But that's the process we'll go into when this is over, is if we think people enjoyed this enough, I'm sure we'll learn from it and can make it bigger and better. But if it goes well and continues to go well, early returns are very good. Yep. And if it continues to go this way, we'll look at doing it in other locations around the country.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, I've got a question for you, because you and I have for the last 20 odd something years, we've been doing a lot of trade shows, the old traditional trade shows, NRA, SHOT Show, and all that. What's the future of SIG going to trade shows?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's a hard one to answer. Trade shows are still important. We particularly like consumer trade shows. So while we prefer for people to shoot guns and so forth, those who want to go to the NRA show or the Great American or, all the different kinds of consumer engaging trade shows, we still want to do those because if there's consumers there, we want to be there.
Yeah.
Industry shows, are becoming a little more challenging. I think people are beginning to realize there's so many different ways to engage with our customers, our retailers, our distributors, and media. There's the modern media has opened up so many doors of the ways we can communicate with people. We're in constant evaluation mode to determine whether that's the direction we want to go. And obviously the gun industry, you've been around it a long time as I have. It's a very close-knit industry. We compete by day, but we also go hang out, have dinners, and go to the bar. People that are in the industry understand we all talk a lot. We all have to rally together to protect the Second Amendment and get people out shooting and all those things that we have to do to work together. So we talk a lot, and I think a lot of companies are asking that very same question. What do I want to do in terms of engagement with trade shows? What kinds of trade shows do I want to go for? What's the financial trade-off? Because for SIG, it's as big a challenge as anyone with SIG, because, for example, we have 102 employees here. And then with other support staff, there's over 325 people to make this happen. So anytime we turn the key and start the engine on something like this, and SHOT Show, we have over 150 employees that have to travel from New Hampshire or around the country to Las Vegas. They stay in Las Vegas for 7 or 8 days, hotel rooms, transportation. Just food. Just think about food for 150 people for 8 days in Las Vegas, where everything costs a fortune. And so the costs have become so dramatic that you really have to take a step back and explore what the value of that. And I know every company is evaluating that. In the instance of SHOT Show and the National Shooting Sports Foundation, for people that don't know, the reason for SHOT Show is not just for us to go there and conduct business, but also to help raise funds for the National Shooting Sports Foundation to protect our industry. So whatever the answer is, we all have to understand that we still need to protect these organizations that protect us.
Absolutely.
Whether it's NRA or, Fires Policy Coalition, who's here with us today as one of our sort of beneficiaries of the event, and Second Amendment Foundation, and the DC Project for Women, and all these different organizations. We have to find ways to continue to support them. But you have to ask yourself, as companies begin to evaluate the spending at SHOT Show and all these different trade shows, are things that consumers don't necessarily see, distributor shows, retailer shows, buy group shows, all these different kinds of shows. What are the future of those with digital marketing in place and easier ways to order guns and that sort of thing?
Right,
so it's a quagmire of a question, and I didn't directly answer it, but
you did answer it.
But it's tough. It's a tough decision.
Is it tough? Because things have changed. Remember the old days, you used to go to some of these trade shows, you walk away with a pile of catalogs.
Yep.
Now you walk away with a handful of thumb drives.
Right, exactly.
Because you no longer want to carry, or if you're flying,
Yeah.
you don't want to have a suitcase full of catalogs.
All the people with scars on their ankles from running into
the little carts.
the carts that everybody pulls around with their catalogs.
At SHOT Show, I fell once, took a tumble.
Yeah.
Somebody tripped me one of those. I did a cartwheel. It wasn't pretty.
I would have paid to see that.
Oh yeah, no, you don't want to see that. Well, this is great. I know there's a lot of people. The show is about to start here in a minute. I think we don't have that. I got about 10, 15 more minutes before we continue. But one last question I got: the P322. Dude, tell me about it. This is a great entry for SIG in the rimfire market. It's going to bring a lot of new shooters in. Because people get excited. Oh, little kid, for my son, grandson, or whatever. It's a great little pistol.
Yeah, it was probably one of the last frontiers for us because, the 320, the 365, the MCX, the military contracts, our optics, our ammo, all those things that SIG has done over the years. And the only real connection that we had to youth were really two things: our air guns, which are doing very well, and a lot of youth shoot our air guns, and then video games. SIG, because of its incorporation in the military, a lot of the video games incorporate SIG products, and so that's kind of the way that young shooters or new shooters were introduced to SIG Sauer. But we've been trying to figure out if we were going to do a rimfire pistol, what would it be? Because SIG, as you know, SIG doesn't like to just do a Me Too product, and so we kept evaluating and saying what would be something that would make a really good rimfire pistol. So like it has an optics cut. It also will eat up any kind of ammunition. It was very thoroughly tested through everything from super high-end ammo to, the 5-gallon buckets of ammo and those kinds of things. And so, it does there's a lot of good things in terms of the kinds of ammo it'll take. So, yeah, we just tried to incorporate as much innovation into it as we could, the way we do with all of our products. And, it feels like we have a winner on our hands, and it's selling very well and doing well in the marketplace. So hopefully we just have created a gun that's, instead of being a military contract or whatever, it's just fun, it's shootable, and we now have a real entree to those new shooters and young shooters.
Well, I'm going to be testing it soon.
Good.
I'll be getting in touch with you for one here in a few weeks.
Love to put one in your hands.
Anyway, Tom, thank you so much for your insight, for informing our viewers what SIG is about, and to be looking out for maybe more Sig Freedom Days.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate
it.
All right.
And guys, thanks for watching, and remember, always remain healthy, stay safe, and definitely have fun at the range.
Thank you for watching Gunstock Reviews. Please visit our website at www.gunstockreviews.com for more exclusive content. Please visit our Patreon page at www.patreon.com/gunstockreviews. Your contributions would be greatly appreciated and help us grow our selections and frequency of videos.